Hey, welcome back, everybody, for the last segment. So, we've been talking about all these candidates, and there are actually some more Democratic candidates that have been who have announced who are not getting any kind of traction. Martin O'Malley, I thought, gave a great speech.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Martin O'Malley gave a great speech about economic issues and racial issues in Baltimore. Hardly covered. Lincoln Chafee comes out strong on the environment. Hardly covered. I think Ed went to one of his events, and he's taken himself out to be the environmental guy. Bernie Sanders he sucked up a lot of oxygen when the Black Lives Matter folks accosted him when they joined his rally in Seattle. And it's just it feels like with Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton, they are just completely elbowing out every other potential Democratic challenger. But you know what might happen?
What might happen?
Joe Biden's thinking about making a run.
Yes, absolutely. We talked a little bit about that last time.
We did, but it hasn't gone away.
And he's talking to people that are important.
He's talking to people who are important, but here's the interesting thing that is a little bit more of a development. He's got some pretty important people who are saying to him, Joe, we want to make sure that you're not doing this because of what you and Bo talked about. And I don't think that should be understated. I think if Joe Biden gets in because his son, whose life was tragically cut short, that's a powerful story, but I think that could be potentially a powerful, and this is going to sound so cynical, and I don't mean it to be, because we have a lot of love for Joe Biden on this show. A distraction. I think that if you get in for that reason, I think it would make a candidacy for him tougher if he was to do it that way. I don't know. People get motivated for lots of different kinds of things, I think he would shake the entire Democratic primary to the core.
The thing is he's Bernie has a fearlessness, and I don't think if Joe Biden got in that Bernie would change anything that he's doing. I think that if Joe Biden got in, it'd be the end of Hillary, because she's got a long history. A couple of things. Ted Cruz had a couple of things out and about, and he had gained a large crowd. Said the usual things. Didn't do anything to hurt himself. Rick Santorum really didn't get a very large audience, according to what my little birdie said. And then yesterday, Senator Jack Whitfer, who is an up-and-coming star in the Republican Party from Ankeny, hosted this public gathering for Marco Rubio. And I happen to know for a fact there are a ton of liberals in that up there, because apparently liberals live in Ankeny. And the crowd was a fairly good crowd for something that wasn't advertised heavily, and not at the state fair. There's about 150 people there. And in taking a bit of Donald Trump's, image rehab, he was playing football with some children, but unlike Trump, it didn't go that well. And apparently he pelted some kid in the face with a football. Good grief. And so anyway, I haven't seen the video, but apparently it is hilarious. But it only lasted maybe 10, 15 minutes. Then people, he did the glad handing and then he was off. So, Marco Rubio is at least trying to reach out into different areas. And the thing is, just like Sturgis, you can have a good time as long as you don't run with the crowd, So maybe that's his strategy. I think Marco Rubio has a powerful story. But the problem is he's not anti-establishment. Well, and I think Marco Rubio is going to just make, I think that the Republican Party, the Republican establishment is conscious of the vulnerability that a one-term senator a young one-term senator presents for them. Yeah, I would agree 100%. Look at what Obama did, So I think you're right. There's so many candidates that I can't remember. I need a list is what I need. Right. Let me see if I might be able to name them. Hold on. I got $1 if you can do that. Okay. Donald Trump, Ben Carson, Scott Walker, Jeb Bush, John Kasich, Marco Rubio,
Carly Fiorina. You had
Cruz.
Yeah, Ted Cruz, of course. Rand Paul. That's 9. That's pretty good.
So we're only missing over half.
About half of them. A little under half.
And here's a non-surprising endorsement that has done nothing for Rand. Ron came out and said, "I endorse my son." Yeah, you should have done that right at the beginning, right? Because I will tell you, a lot of these libertarians are screaming towards Bernie, Ben Carson, and Donald Trump. You know, I mean, if you look at the informal internal poll,
Rick Santorum, good grief, Mike Huckabee, good grief.
I think Mike Huckabee would have had a good chance in 2012, but I'm telling you, his unwavering support of Common Core until just recently, I think that really sucked the wind out of his sails. Nobody really on the Republican side really likes Common Core, and whether you like it or not, that's not the debate. The truth is he supported something that wasn't very popular.
Jeb Bush did too, though.
Yeah, but it's not hurting him as much because people are listing. When you have Steve Deace get up there, and Steve Deace and Mike Huckabee are good buddies.
Yep.
And when you have Steve Deace going, this isn't the way to go, and him refusing to back down makes you stop and go, wow, So he lost a lot of support last year when he did that. Bottom line is here's the reason people come to Iowa, and this is the reason why we're important. We're the only people in the United States that don't really care how much money you got, or I should say, since my mom's listening, how much money you have.
That's right.
And we don't really care what you've done. We want to hear your story. We want to evaluate what you say for ourselves, and that way we can make a measured decision. And the problem is we've talked about, here about how a lot of people are uninformed. These people going out to the Iowa State Fair are getting informed. And that's a good step. And, it's just like, my favorite story is my friend Scott says, he called or he texted me, says, "Hey, Donald Trump's over at DQ." I said, "Did you stop?" He goes, "Nah, he'll be back." Right? That's how we look at it.
That's what's great about Iowa.
So,
for sure.
So we live in a great state, and, I'm really happy to be here. Happy everybody's here getting involved in the political process. We also are very grateful for everybody who listens. We're very excited about that.
Absolutely.
Our show continues to grow.
Good deal.
Eventually, we'll get off our fat butts and go get some more sponsors.
We can put that together. We're also grateful for our wonderful producer, Maddie.
Yes, Maddie.
She is fantastic. We're grateful for Jen Allen, who does a great job for us.
Yes.
I think she tripled the Facebook likes we have.
Yeah, I
honestly,
agree so. I think we're just short of 1,000.
No, we're over. We're 1,001.
No kidding.
1,001 likes on Facebook. Yeah, I saw that the other day. So thank you, folks, for liking the page. Thank you for visiting the website. Thank you guys so much for lending an ear to two cranks who just keep cranking.
Yes, that's absolutely. Hey, did you have to think about that a lot?
Off the top of the dome, buddy.
Genius in the studio. I'm telling you. So anyway, just to compare our likes, Steve Deace, when he was just local here, couldn't get a like. Right, couldn't hit 1,000 likes. It was only when he expanded out nationwide that he started cranking up. So we're really doing pretty well. We're grateful for everybody's support. We're going to be back next week. Please stay tuned. Tune in. Are you playing anywhere this week?
Oh man, yes. Actually, folks, if you're downtown this Saturday, I will be I'll be doing the farmers market gig at Mickey's downtown from 10 to 1. So please stop and say hi. I'll be the blonde guy with the guitar. I'm playing some harmonica that doesn't really sound very much like harmonica. And then later that night, I'll be at my favorite spot, Ducktail. My folks are going to be in town.
Well, that'll be fun.
Mr. and Mrs. Mama and Papa Labinas are going to be running around with me all weekend. They're bringing me some furniture, which is fantastic. Not for sort of a sad reason. My mom's mother is not. She's not doing so great, and they had to move her into more managed care, and so they had to strip that down a little bit. Oh boy, she turns 90 next March, I mean, if there's anybody that deserves simplicity and stripping down to the bare essentials, it's my grandma Larson. She's a great lady, and certainly thinking about her pretty much every single day. But other than that, no, this summer has been awesome for the music stuff. People have come out, have been great, and I really do appreciate each and every of the tens of you that have seen me perform. Yeah.
So anyway, want to wish my dad, I hope he gets well. Want to wish my son a happy birthday. Joe still licks the cake and sticks his finger in the pie. See everybody next week.
Hi, I'm Representative Tom Shaw, and I love these guys. Both of them.
Love these guys. Get over here. Get over here. Love both of them.